Welcome to week 2 of occupational therapy at Cajon Valley Union School District. This week we're going to be doing some writing. Before we start, you're going to want to grab some paper with lines on it, or you can ask your parents to help make you lined paper if you don't have any, a pencil, and maybe a marker. This week we're going to teach you how to hold your pencil, where to start your letters, how to form your letters, how to practice your name, the number formation, ways to make it fun at home, and ways to make it easier or harder for you or your child.
Hi guys, Miss Jen. I just wanted to talk to you about holding your pencil the right way while you're doing your writing or drawing. Some of you are still learning, and that's okay. What might work best for you is a really short utensil, such as this crayon, or a wider utensil, like a marker or even a thicker pencil. In general, I find having a few things to choose from when you're doing your activity is helpful. You're going to pick what works best and feels best in your hand. If you're holding a pencil, we want to make sure you're doing it the right way. So a few things to remember. Make sure you hold your pencil close to the tip or the point. Then, make sure you're pinching your pencil between your pointer finger and your thumb. You should be able to see a little bit of the pencil between those two fingers. Rest your pencil on your third finger, or if you want to, pinch with 3 and rest on your 4th finger. Then you are ready to start writing. Make sure your forearm is on the table, make sure your wrist is on the table, and make sure the motions are coming from the tips of your fingers. Just a reminder to make sure that you're using enough pressure when you write. We want to be able to see all of the good work you're doing. If you're having a hard time with that, resting something on top of your wrist might help. Or, what would probably even work better, is just trying a different utensil, like a felt tip pen. Yep, that works really well.
Hi there, it's Miss Cassie. When you are forming letters or pre-writing shapes, remember that you always want to form your letters from top to bottom and left to right. Like if I'm having difficulty remembering where my letter should start, I can add a little dot at the top to remember my letters start at the top, they go to the bottom of the line, and they go left to right.
Hello everyone, this is Miss Susanna. Hope you're all well and staying healthy and safe. Today we're going to work on our handwriting and we're going to look at how we form our uppercase and our lowercase letters. Let's start first with our uppercase. The first most important rule for our uppercase is that we start our letters at the top. The next thing is that our uppercase letters, use big lines, little lines, big curves, and little curves. Let's practice writing a few of those letters using our big lines, and right now for an F, 2 little lines. We start at the top, go all the way to the bottom, jump to the top, little line across the top, little line across the middle. We use our big curve and our big line now. We'll use big curve, big line, big curve. And we'll write it out here too. Start at the top, big line to the bottom, jump to the top, and big curve around. I didn't write very well. Next, we'll start on the lowercase letters. Now these are a little bit more challenging because they begin and end in different places and they're different sizes. As you can see, we have tall letters, small letters, diver letters, and magic C letters. Let's practice some of those letters. First, we'll do a diver letter. We'll do diver letter B. So we'll start at the top, we'll dive all the way to the bottom line, swim back up and around, and bump the line. Next, we'll work on a magic C letter. Well, first we'll do our magic C. Then we'll say magic C is going to turn into A, magic C, up like a helicopter, down and bump the line. And then as you can see, our small letters stay between our 2 lines.
Hi students and parents, I'm Coda Hillary and I'm going to talk to you about number formation. First, provide your student with something that looks like this.
When copying, you need to have clear examples of the numbers and a place for your student to write underneath them. Numbers also start at the top, and they go from left to right, but some are trickier than others. The number formation chart in your handout is a helpful tool for this. Next, let your student copy the numbers directly below the model. If they need help remembering to start at the top, you can always provide them with a top dot, which would look like this, and you just put it right where you want them to start their number. I'm gonna model how to form 1 through 3 because they're pretty straightforward. So you start at the top, you touch the bottom line. Start at the top, touch. There are helpful phrases for all of the numbers in the number chart handout if you need extra help forming your numbers correctly.
Hey, it's Miss Lindsay, and I'm going to show you guys some fun ways to practice your letters using all of the common household materials you see right here. To practice your letters outside, you just need a bucket, some water, and a paintbrush. If you have dry erase markers and crayons, you can practice writing on a mirror or window. D, big line down, big curve. Another way to practice letters is by using 3D materials, like pasta or cereal. I use tape to make my letter, and then your child can put cereal or the pasta on the letter. Make sure they start at the top. One way that you can practice letter formation is by using some salt on a tray with a paintbrush or your finger. I'm gonna make an A. Magic C, up, down. Then you can erase and practice more letters. Another way you can practice letters is with shaving cream. I sprayed out my shaving cream and spread it around. Now I'm going to practice a diver letter. Letter H dives down, up and around, then erase. Another way to practice letters is with Play-Doh. One way is to press the Play-Doh down and make it flat, then use a pencil or the backside of a paintbrush to make your letter. A, big line down, little line across. You could also roll the Play-Doh out into tubes to make the letter. A, big line down, little line across. Another way to practice letters is with what I call rainbow writing. If your child can't make the letter at all, you can start by making the letter. I'm going to do a B. Big line down, little curve, little curve. Then your child can trace the letter with all the other colors to make a rainbow. Make sure they're using proper letter formation. And remember, if they're having trouble with grasp, you can break the crayon in half.
And I'm going to talk to you about writing your name. First, provide your student with lined paper. You can decide how wide you want to make the lines. My lines that I'm going to use today are pretty wide so that I can show you what I'm doing, but if you see them bringing home worksheets that have narrower lines, then try to make them narrower, whatever is comfortable for your student. So then you want to write their name nice and neat on the second line. Let them copy their name directly below the model. You can use the letter formation chart in your handout to help them form their letters correctly. I'm going to demonstrate how to write Hillary correctly. Lastly, if you think they can handle an extra challenge, give them a new lined paper with no model on it and see if they can write their name correctly all on their own.
Hi everyone, it's Miss M here. I'm going to give you some tips to make writing easier. Let's get started. One way to make writing easier is by tracing the letters. So the child would start at the top, big line down, jump up, little line across, little line across. Another way to do it is by imitating. So the adult would use a highlighter, go ahead and start at the top, big line down, little jump up, little line across, little line across. Then the child would make the letter, starting with big line down, jump up, little line across, little line across. You can also use visual dots, like starting and ending dots. Start at the top, go down. You could also take turns. And another thing you might do is only practice the letters that the child has learned or is learning.
To copy your upper and lowercase letters with the correct formation. Now you can start working on writing your letters on your own without looking at anything. So parents, you may have to sing the ABCs or verbally tell your child the order of the letters so that they can work on remembering the correct formation.